Hey everybody, Phil Friedman here, and I'm taking you along on my carnivore diet, as you well know, and suggesting to you that it might be something for you also. I'm going to take you through what I just had for breakfast to show you what we're talking about, and then just give you an overall picture of where I am headed. And I'm doing this because I'm starting to get so many messages from friends of mine who want advice on this, who want to know what I am doing. I'm 66 years old now, and I feel like I have more energy than I've ever had. My mental clarity has improved. I don't have the aches and pains that I used to have. Is this all a placebo effect? I don't know. We're going to find out as we go along. Losing weight since the middle of July, now down about 23 pounds since I really recommitted to carnivore full rack pretty much. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. I'm not here to fool you or anything else. And the other reason is I'm getting all these texts from friends saying, why don't we meet up once a week? Or can you kind of counsel me through this thing? So I've done that with my friend Dan Lightfoot, who was having all kinds of medical problems, had to go to the doctor every 3 months for tests, was suffering from diabetes. He went on this carnivore diet. He dropped 45 pounds and then got off all his diabetes meds. His doctor said, I don't need to see you just once a year at this point. So he made vast improvement, and several other people have reached out to me. I am actually thinking about doing a monthly meeting or something like that where we all get together and move in the right direction. Now, carnivore is kind of hardcore. I mean, you're basically eating whole food products, okay? So the most important thing about if you want to make a step in the right direction, it would be to get off these highly processed foods. Anything like bread, donuts, Doritos, any of that crap, that poison, any fast foods, any kind of colas or sugary drinks, anything that converts into sugar like rice, get off of that and you will be headed in the right direction. You should start to feel better right from the very start. Now, to give you an example, one thing that's very important is to be in ketosis. At least for me, your brain loves ketones. And this morning, I started out by, as my wife would ask me, Felipe, ¿qué estás haciendo? Philip, what are you doing? I start out by throwing a little butter in my coffee. That gets the ketosis starting to flow really early in the morning. And I went for high protein, high fat for my breakfast, and I'm still full. And that's been several hours ago, and I'm not going to eat again until this evening for sure. It just keeps you so satiated when you're eating that high protein. So I had a little bit of a porterhouse steak left over that I threw in the pan with some butter, fried up some bacon. Delicious, high fat, high protein with both of those. And then one of the best foods out there are eggs. And I threw in there 3 eggs. I mean, it's a perfect combination between protein and high fat. Energy levels have not been this good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, since I was a kid, probably. I mean, I can go all day long. I can get up at 3:30 in the morning if I have to. Come down here to the beach with a flashlight and do my morning fish reports. I do a fish report for, as many of you know, and then just work right on through the evening. I got to get my sleep, and I love 8 hours if I can get that, and I'm sleeping much better also. But it just seems to lend itself to all of those things, to all of those different benefits that I feel like I'm getting from the carnivore diet. But if you were going to make a step in the right direction, I would admonish you to get off the highly processed foods first of all, okay? If you can do that, that would be fantastic. And remember, drinking orange juice or fruit juice, that's just sugar water, okay? You're killing yourself with that. And just take a step in the right direction. If you can do that, I think you'll start to improve and feel better. And after all, isn't that the goal here? To get healthier, feel better? That really is the goal for all of us. Now, the other thing that I would highly recommend you do, and that is get out for a walk, get out, get some kind of exercise. And that's going to be determined by what your present exercise regime is like. If you're living a completely sedentary life, I mean, you're just on TikTok, that's your idea of exercise, doing that with your finger, then go for a walk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just make a step in the right direction. Do it this way. If you want to play on TikTok and you still want to do it, do something to give yourself permission to do it. In other words, say, Okay, I'm going to play on TikTok today because I really enjoy doing that. But before I do that, I'm going for a half-hour walk. And that's going to be the prerequisite every day to me fooling around on TikTok or on the computer or watching television. All of those things, I'd like to see us, you and me, all of us wean ourselves off of that entirely. But just make a step, a baby step in the right direction. And that's going to help you so much more. Now, in terms of all the medical advice, I'm going to defer to guys like Dr. Ken Berry. Ken's got a YouTube channel. He is excellent. There are other guys, I think Chafee is a guy in Australia. He's very, very good. There's another guy that I really like whose name escapes me, but I'll put it in text down below for you. And I would highly recommend you go check out some of their videos and get the medical advice. And I wouldn't do anything without talking to your doctor. Unfortunately, some doctors are not really up on nutrition. They've been programmed to say, oh yeah, we can fix that here, take this pill. Don't worry about it. Here's another pill. And man, the cycle just continues. And as a society here in the United States of America, we have all the money and resources and everything else. We are obese, we are sick, and we're getting sicker. Something's broken. And in an attempt to figure it all out, we're going to keep moving on this carnivore diet, and I'll keep you in touch with all of that. If you'd like to do that monthly meeting or need some help, just send me a text and I'm happy to help you out. 657 227 6459. I'm really starting to get committed to this because I look at Dan Lightfoot, and you can actually make a case that you're helping to save somebody's life when you start to expose them to how bad these processed foods are truly for you. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to be your guinea pig. If I drop dead tomorrow, you're going to say, well, that carnivore diet didn't sound like such a good idea. But for right now, at 66 years of age, more energy than I've had probably since I was 12 years old. Really mean that my mental acuity has increased, which isn't saying much. The bar was pretty low on that to start with, but it's much better now. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to bring you along for the ride along with us. All right, carnivore diet. What a breakfast that was, man. Steak and eggs and bacon. I'm totally satiated, feeling fantastic. No crash and burn like you get when your blood sugar gets really elevated and then you crash. I don't get any of that throughout the day. All right, best of luck to you. Make those little steps, and I think you will get headed in the right direction. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back with more shortly. Take great care.